is going to be working at your 100%, whatever that might be. Now, what does that mean? It means given everything you do, everything you got, regardless of the circumstance. So, let's see, how do you break that down? You're going to try to put this in a way that makes sense. With that being, say if you normally function best off of 8 hours of sleep. So every night you get 8 hours of sleep, you wake up, you feel like that's optimal for you, and you feel fantastic. And then one night something happens, you're working late, you get out of the gym late, a million reasons why you don't go to bed early, and then the next day you realize, I gotta unlock my car, you only got like 6 hours of sleep. So what does that mean? It means that you didn't hit your optimal window, so you're automatically not gonna function at 100%. So now, say rather than getting 8 hours, you had a really long night, so you only got 4 hours of sleep. So now you're tired as fuck, and you're now operating at 80% of what your 100% is. In that 80%, if you think, damn, I'm tired, I want to go home and take a nap, I want to get out of work early, I want to cut out on my last sets at the gym, I want to do a million other things that really don't matter towards the progression of your life and making you better as a person, then you're not even operating at that 80%. Now you're operating at about 50% of that 80. So now, of your 100, you've already taken away 20% because it's something you couldn't control because you went to bed later, be it work, be it you stayed up, be it whatever the fuck the reason might be. But now, you have 80% and you're so focused on how tired you are and how much you want to go home and how much you want to nap and how much you want to just like do nothing that you're not even giving it the full 80%. You're giving it about 50% of that 80, 45% of that 80. So with that being said, you're operating at 50% of your maximum potential. So what's the point? You're gonna go to the gym to give it 50%. You're gonna be at work giving it 50%. If you gotta go to work anyway, if you have to go to the gym anyway, if you gotta work harder anyway, if you gotta push yourself further anyway, give it 100% of what you have. And sleeping's just an example. Say if you're sick and you're not feeling well, you're not feeling at 100. Now that you're sick, you're feeling like 50%. You can still give it 100% of that 50. You can give it the full 50%. Don't wake up and spend the rest of the time that you can control thinking about how sick you are and how much you don't want to do the things that you have to do, because now you're just wasting everybody's time. You're wasting your time because you're fucking going there to half-ass this shit. You're wasting your boss's time, your coworkers' time, because you're just like probably dragging them down. You're wasting the people at the gym's time for taking up the fucking gym equipment when you're just gonna give it 50%. And there's other people in there that want to give it the full 100. So long story short, I'm not gonna ramble on and make this longer than it has to be. You give it 100% no matter what stage you're operating at. If you're operating at 50% due to something that you can't control, be it sickness, be it sleep, be it tiredness, be it whatever the fuck it might be, then give it that full 50%. Because operating at the full percentage that you can possibly give something will push your full total 100% that much further. When you actually get enough sleep, when you're actually not sick, when you're feeling at 100%, your original 100% is eventually going to become a 50%, because you're eventually going to be operating at a much higher level. And that's the message I want to get across. Operate at the highest level possible, become the best you, and make 2018 the best year yet. January's over, 11 months left, make every single one count. See you guys in a bit.